Energy Source Town Hall by Andrew Batten, Jackson Vandermeer, Colin Bailey, and Victor Chun. We believe nuclear energy is the best option for Manistee. You may be asking yourself, what is nuclear energy? Nuclear energy is energy that comes from the nucleus of an atom. Energy is released from the nucleus through the process of nuclear fission or fusion, but nuclear energy sites use the process of nuclear fission. In nuclear fission, energy is released when the nuclei of atoms are split apart. This process starts with the mining of uranium. Uranium is an abundant element that's nucleus is split easily when bombarded with a neutron. When the nucleus is split, it releases thermal and radiant energy, but it also releases another neutron. The neutron then goes on to bombard other nucleuses, different atoms, and a chain reaction is made where more energy keeps getting made and made. Here is a diagram that demonstrates how nuclear fission takes place. You start with a uranium-235 atom, then a neutron bombards the nucleus of that uranium-235 atom. The nucleus is then split into two lighter atoms, and energy is made as well as another neutron. The new neutron created then bombards another lighter uranium-235 atom, and chain reactions are made where more energy is being created.
There are many examples of nuclear energy today all around the world, but one example is in France. France is the largest consumer and gets 70% of its electricity from nuclear energy and 17% from recycled nuclear fuel. Because of how much cheaper nuclear energy is compared to the other energy sources, France became the world's largest electricity net importer and gains 3 billion euros per year. Although nuclear energy is doing good for France, their government plans to reduce the nuclear energy share to 50% by increasing renewable energy sources. Another example of a country that uses nuclear energy is the United States. The United States is the largest producer of nuclear energy, accounting for more than 30% of the world's nuclear generation of electricity. The US, however, only uses 20% of the electricity that is generated by nuclear energy because the US primarily uses natural gases and coal for power generation. The states that actually use nuclear energy for electricity are New Hampshire with 61% share of in-state generation, South Carolina with 56, and Illinois with 54.
Costs. The upfront costs of nuclear energy are high, but there are some great benefits. Reliability. Nuclear energy, contrary to popular belief, is actually one of the most reliable. Positive and negatives. Positives. The biggest upside to using nuclear energy is that it produces a lot of energy without putting carbon or any other pollutant in the atmosphere. Coal and natural gas both produce very harmful pollutants, and with coal especially, it accelerates global warming. Nuclear energy is great because it can help slow down and stop global warming because there is no carbon or other pollutants created as waste. Another positive for using nuclear energy is that it's very efficient. One uranium fuel pellet, about the size of a gummy bear, creates as much energy as 1 ton of coal. Negatives. The negatives to nuclear power plants are mostly the upfront costs and the size of the plant itself. Other than that, it is much safer, cheaper in the long run, and environmentally friendly than other power sources.
There are many reasons why nuclear energy is the best option for Manistee. To answer the most asked question, it would be significantly cheaper in the long run after the upfront build cost. The plant costs far less than any coal and natural gas energy source. Also, previously mentioned, it is very reliable, often operating at 93% capacity, 24/7. Another benefit is that unlike other mainstream energy sources like coal and natural gas, it produces no extra pollutants into the atmosphere. And one uranium fuel pellet is the size of a gummy bear and produces the same